Welcome to the Talking Truck. What is it? Talking Truck Shit podcast. I'm going to start that up.
Whether you prefer shiny or patina, lowered or lifted, 2 or 4-wheel drive. Buckle up with your host, Brett Sullivan, Barry Higgins, and Jeremy Howland as they fire up their engines with the Talking Truck Shit podcast. Listen in as they talk trends and tech, talk to industry experts, and laugh at each other's road stories. So grab your favorite drink and feel that thunder as we roll into the first episode right now.
So welcome to the Talking Truck Shit podcast. I'm Brett Sullivan, alongside Jeremy Allen and Barry Higgins, a.k.a. Mike Honcho.
Dun, dun.
Putting this podcast together, just hoping to be able to get, put things out there and discuss the Southern Illinois Truck Showdown, talk about things with C10 Club Illinois, sponsors of the Showdown. We'll kind of talk about them, some of our friends and everything, and just all in all, just talking truck shit. So we'll kick things off and kind of introduce ourselves, talk about where we come from, and get into some stories. So here we go. So, I want to check with you guys and see what if you guys want to share a little bit of stories about where you come from, background a little bit, and then, hopefully in future episodes, we're going to be adding some guests and stuff, and we will continue the stories along with them. But I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to kind of introduce ourselves and talk about where we come from, what we do, and a little background of the stories. So, Barry, why don't you give us a little bit of background? Where you're from?
I come from the streets of Waltonville. We're 450 deep here.
Yeah. Deep, he says.
Ain't much going on here, but we, I live in the projects at Waltonville.
What side of Waltonville?
I live on the west side, and I grew up in the country here. Fell in love with cars because my dad was into cars and trucks. Well, it was just one of them deals that was, when I became a teenager, that was my livelihood. And I didn't do good in school, didn't do good at sports. But once I touched GM iron, I knew that was where I needed to be. It was.
Did Jim mind you touching his iron?
No, he didn't. But, once I started working on cars and trucks, it wasn't a job for me. So that's what drove me to do what I'm doing.
That's the whole doing what you love type thing. And I think that, being in a situation like you are and being able to do what you do, I mean, I think, having the talent to do so makes that stuff that much easier.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's going to get in the business of doing that stuff. I feel like I've got an eye for some stuff, but to be honest with you, if it's paying the bills, I'm probably starving to death because I'm lacking on the talent.
Well, it ain't all roses on this side too. It's a grind, and if you don't want to grind, you can't do it. That's how it is. And anybody that's a builder, they got to grind. Don't think just because they're even if they're a high end builder, a medium end builder, they're grinders. You know what I mean? That's how it is.
I think what Brett's getting at is, having the desire to do it and having the fortitude to grind isn't enough.
Yeah.
You can want to do this, and you sell yourself short because you're a talented cat. You have vision, and then you have the skill to be able to make that vision a reality, and that's some things that not everyone can do.
Well, my mind don't work the way everybody else's mind works. It's never good enough.
Right.
Well, it's good and bad. You know what I mean? It's an addictive mind because I want to be way up here. Well, I feel I'm way down here. And I'm sure every builder feels that way at times. but the best thing for me is the outcome. When it's done, you can sit back and be like, look what happened,
And look what I did.
Yeah.
On that
and I say this every time, the build's only as good as the customer allow it to be.
Sure.
And some people get it. Some people got good vision, and some people don't.
I think I've seen that. I think I've been around you enough. We've been around some of these other shops, talking to some of these other builders that, I know you've experienced this as well when a customer is building something really nice. They're having you build something really nice, but they get, and you can have the deepest pockets ever and have one of the shittiest automobiles ever because you have too much involvement and too little style.
Yeah.
Well, and
take too much control.
And some guys are what I call 90%ers. They can't go the 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they got the pocket to go there, they have no vision to go there. Yeah. And
right. And they had to have seen it online or
well, that's how you
back in the day seen it in the magazines and all this stuff. And I was teasing you about a build not too long ago. You're like, I wish you would just listen to me about this. And we're talking about maybe details on the interior or whatever. And I was like, it was like, won't listen, wants to do this and everything. And it was like, what are we doing? Tweed?
Hey, it may come back. You don't know.
But I mean, that's how you end up with, something that looks like your own iteration of what everybody else has done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing I like about the stuff that you put out. It's different.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get. Well, all right, here's the realm of it. Most people with money are stuck in this straight line deal. Well, if you get a guy that has money and lets you run loose, that's the fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then in the end, that motherfucker, you couldn't slap a smile off his face. Mm-hmm. But if you get the guy that's, hey, we got to go this route, the end it fucking sucks.
It's almost like micromanagement.
They're not going to get their build is not going to get the attention. And then you know what happens on that? It all falls back on.
Yeah.
It's like you built shitty.
Yeah. But it's and I'm not saying that everybody's that way, but some people just don't know what cool is. You know what I mean? Because here's the deal.
Yeah.
They think cool is what everybody else is doing. Well, what everybody else is doing is not fucking cool.
It might have been cool.
Yeah.
But it no longer is.
Fucking one time it may have been, but it ain't now. Yeah. So, and it's hard, because, you take you take the top 10 builders. What do you think their fucking day's like? Because, you're trying to step outside the box every time and hit a home run.
Never move.
Well, you've already hit 5,000 home runs, so how are you going to do it again? Right. So you think, like what I do, I'm on the small level, but I want to hit a home run every time. Well, it's hard for me to. So what is it for them? Because they got all the means and 25 workers. I'm one guy doing one thing.
Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine what their day's like because it's where, hey, we're going to hit a home run on this. Well, how do you hit a home run? Right. Even though you got all the money in the world and all the technology in the world, some of that shit they do, it's like, what the fuck were you guys thinking?
To me, it's kind of like how producers affect the sound of a completed, like a musician, right? Like,
same dip.
You know what I mean? You can tell that the specific producer it has that sound to it. You know what I mean? And the same thing coming out of some of these shops, right? It has that look to it.
Yeah.
You can see who before you even know who built it. You can see it's either done by that shop or it's a knockoff.
By that shop.
Yeah.
Well, and not to say that everything's cookie cutter, but
a
lot of them guys are. And I even had. When I got started, I had to do cookie cutter stuff because that's what people with money had running cookie cutter stuff.
Because they didn't know to trust you with.
Yeah. So I had a young kid. He's like, man, when are you going to quit doing cookie cutter stuff? The young kid. And I was like, I sat back and I'm like, what the fuck, motherfucker? You know what I mean? And you're not wrong. It had to register in my mind.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. But it was paying the bills.
Yeah.
But once somebody fucking puts you out there and says, this is what you're doing, motherfucker, you were like, oh, wait a second. That is what I'm doing. I got to quit doing that shit.
Right.
And and I would love for this kid to work for me, but he just, you know,
he's a critic. He's not a doer.
Yeah.
Same felt.
So, switching gears, what about you, Jeremy?
So I was actually born in the UK, and my parents couldn't care less about cars and trucks. When I was 13, we moved to Southern California, which is the epicenter of car and truck life, right?
Yeah.
So early 80s, mid 80s.
13s, I keep them clean.
Nah, them tens. So I was immersed in that Southern California car and truck culture, and I fell in love with lower trucks, specifically the OBS GMT 400 crew cab dualies. I've had 4 of them. You know what I mean? I keep coming back to them. I think the lowrider influence, the car culture. I mean, even so when I did live in England, my grandparents lived within earshot of a Formula One circuit, and I could hear the cars going around. I mean, that's always been like a draw to me, that magical sound of just, you know what I mean, the internal combustion.
Yeah.
Then I discovered, you know, that I could have a hand in trying to take something that is factory stock and changing it how I like. You know what I mean? And Brett and I have discussed, you know, the vision that one has, and then sometimes it takes somebody like you, Barry, that can make that vision come to fruition. You know what I mean? I try to make shit cool. I try to make shit like the way that I like it. And if other people like it, that's great.
Yeah.
If they don't, that's great too. It wasn't built for you. Yeah. But I mean, I think I don't want to speak to your talent again. It's the ability to take somebody else's vision and make it into steel.
Well, it's just, you go back to a build. People have no idea. So like you start stacking all these killer parts on a build. Well, there ain't a single part you don't fuck with. Right. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, I bought the best of everything. Yeah, we cut on it, we grind on it, we move it, we change it. Yeah. There is nothing on a big build that you actually can put on and not have to fuck.
Sure. I think that happens. I think that happens a lot, you know.
Yeah. It happens at every level.
You know, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who was just put a new bumper on his truck, and he was talking about how he was like, looked at it and they had an offering of purchasing this bumper, then they had a premium, and all this, and he bought the premium, you know, thought that was the way, and he was like, this bitch is 2 inches off.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and it's like, it's gonna be like that, you know. They a lot of these companies are reproducing parts for all of these you know, these older trucks and cars as well, and they're stamping them out on dies that are you know, original to the year production of these vehicles, and they're flat, wore out. Yeah. So none of this stuff really fits.
Well, and that's why you got all these big, well, I call it like the top 20 builders. They don't fucking buy nothing. They're making everything. You know, they're fucking making shit now.
Well, and the thing of it is, that's that move, you know, you talking about, what's the next thing, what's the next step, and all that. And if they are going out and buying these products off the shelf, knowing that they're going to have to modify them, why would they not just build it from scratch from the get-go?
Yeah. It's hard for a one-man band to do that.
Maybe you need to find yourself some employees. How about that?
Nobody can fucking work with me.
To work with you.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Is that a personal issue, or is it like bathing, or I mean, what the fuck is the problem? Yeah, it's not for birdies, motherfucker. I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's more that, you know, nobody in Southern Illinois has any worth ethic anymore.
Well, I say I disagree with that.
I mean, in my industry, the end of it, though.
I think people do still, but I think people have reassessed, right? Like what is important. I don't think people have the same passion, the same drive that you do.
Yeah.
I think that they see themselves working for somebody rather than working to do something. Right, you see yourself as not only, you know, you're not only a builder, but you're an artist, right? Like you have this project and you want to see it to completion, and that means 12, 15, 18, 20-hour days that you're going to do it. They see themselves working for somebody. You know what I mean? It's about money. Well, it's not about...
I'd love to have an 8-hour-a-day guy. I've never had that.
I think there's a joke in there somewhere.
Showed up for 8 hours, but he may have worked 4.
Okay.
You know, so...
I still think there's a joke in there somewhere. Barry's looking for an 8-hour guy, y'all.
I get it. Yeah, so I guess for myself, you know, it was just, I think as a child, just growing up around my dad, being an enthusiast of you know, hot rods, and it was, you know, specifically they were all black Chevrolets.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The only
thing, fucking part about it.
The only thing I can remember that my dad was pushed in the Ford direction was the, quoting the Henry Ford statement, you can paint it any color you want as long as it's black.
Yeah.
So that's the only Ford aspect of it. I think the rest of it was just, these old hot rod Chevrolets, old Impalas and Bel Airs and of course multiple trucks along the way and everything else. And so
had to be black though.
Yeah, it had to be black. So that's the reason why my current truck is bright goddamn blue.
Because you knew better to paint it black.
But your dad's affinity for owning black stuff makes me really glad that it's not 1864. Right? Like, I feel like, yeah. And I think that if you were still, he would appreciate that, Joe.
For the record, I'm not paying you reparations.
No. But yeah, I think that Chuck would appreciate that. So if he were still around.
Let's talk about our show a little bit here.
Yeah, we got a show?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're working on shit right now. Part of this podcast is part of it. And the LMC Southern Illinois Truck Showdown is Labor Day weekend.
Third annual.
Labor Day weekend at Mountain Dew Park in Marion, Illinois. And we're coming off of a really good second year.
Yeah.
Pushing in upwards of 500 trucks for a second year is a it's a bragging point for me anyway, because I feel like as a promoter, I mean, and it's funny to even use that term, but I figure if we had
are you a janky promoter? I feel like you're a janky promoter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to have that many trucks, and I think we had 15 states represented in our second year of a show is absolutely killer, and to have coverage like what we've had with CK Truck Magazine and their April issue coverage out there of the show, I think that's fantastic. That those guys really help us out with getting the word out, and that's something that we've been doing the last couple of years. All we've got to, I feel like, all we got to do is get the people there, and they're going to be there the next year, because what we are doing with this event is, I mean,
while we're talking about the coverage you're talking about, I think we need to give shout out to United by Trucks too. Robbie and that crew have done quite a bit to get us, what I mean? That not just a print representation, but the online presence too.
Yeah. So, shout out to Robbie and Schlongbed Larry with his photography and coverage of the event. That kind of helps get things out there. Matt with Metal Masker Garage coming out and supporting us with it.
Bring that square dually this year. We want to see that red square dually this year.
I keep getting updates on that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it's cool truck.
No, I mean, I think that the word's spreading a little bit, and just I don't think our show is completely unorthodox, but there are some things that we do that others don't, and that's just simply because we do what we want to do because we like doing that.
Yep.
Well, number one, we have 0 trophies. If you're a trophy chaser, stay at home. Where we have sponsors give out their favorite truck. That's it.
Yeah. Cool ass awards. Yeah. No trophies.
Our awards are probably, I think they're probably maybe the second show I ever went to what's coolest award. You're not going to beat the Nashville show where they give out a fucking guitar, a Fender guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm also not going to spend the money on
it. Yeah. And we don't want them kind of people there.
I will say,
people that like guitars, weirdo musicians,
per capita and per dollar.
Oh yeah.
Bang for your buck. Because we're probably one of the only shows left in the country that's going to bring numbers like this, and it's $20.
Yeah.
For a participant,
and the more y'all show up, the longer we can leave it at $20.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I keep it like that as much as we possibly can. And this show, the awards we're giving away are full size wooden bats that will have the show logo and that sponsor's logo on it. And if you'll check our socials, there's some video of those awards and some photographs as well. they're really killer. But also, I think
they're made local too.
Yeah, made local, a local company that's actually making wood bats for Major League Baseball players. So it's
Dinger's the shit.
Yeah, they're worldwide. Randy and Kyle and Dinger bats are fantastic to deal with. But our show was on Saturday of Labor Day weekend, but we kicked the weekend off. I guess Jesse and Sean at Level 7 the last couple of years have put together an open house and have everybody out there. We put together a pre-party at the 618 Tap House, and we have a band coming in there. That's went for the last 2 years, and we're going to do that again this year. Something that we're working on for this year's show has been we've partnered with the mayor's office with the city of Marion, and I'm so thankful. Them guys are so supportive of us.
Yeah, no doubt.
Partnered with the mayor's office. We partnered with Visit SI, who is a huge supporter of what we have going on here, and that's what makes Marion the place for us to be. But Saturday night following our show, we're having a free cruise in, and we're going to have live entertainment up there that night as well. So we just keep expanding.
Food trucks.
Yeah, food trucks.
I'll put this out there.
Lord.
If we don't have 1,000 trucks, I'll buy a round at Saturday.
Just one?
For
one round.
For who? For everybody that shows up?
For everybody below 1,000?
Yeah, for everybody below 1,000.
Whoa. Shit.
You done fucked up. We got that on video.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
we're going to have 1,000. I guarantee we are.
No, I just, like I said, we had people coming from.
So wait, hold on. If we have over 1,000, everybody's got to buy you one, and you got to drink.
Yes, that's the fucking deal right there.
You got to consume every one of them.
That's the deal.
So, again, like I said, all we got to do is get the people there because they're coming back. Because it's just a great time.
Yeah,
it's a lot of great people hanging out.
Well, I've not had anybody come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm not coming back."
They've said they weren't coming back because of you to me.
Well,
they said, "No, I'm fucking playing."
Yeah, we just fixed it.
We just told him he ain't coming back.
That's why I get to park in the back row because nobody wants me fucking up.
You just want to be closer to the hotel.
Close to the hotel. That's a killer.
Oh yeah, that's a killer
that we have. When we started plotting and planning this show and everything, I got to look and I was like, we have 7 hotels within a quarter mile of the venue, and 2 of them.
You walk there.
Fucking walking there, stumble.
Park your truck on Friday night on site at the show, wherever you plan on setting up at. Park your truck in there and then
stumble
back and forth. Same thing for the pre-party as well.
It's all walking distance.
So it's I think we've got a really great setup, and I'm really excited about it and excited about things going forward. It's an awesome thing when you have. It's just like Barry, you and Tricia with Higgins Customs are the presenting sponsor of the show, and we have LMC Truck, who is all about promoting this show.
They've done
for us.
They've done us real well
the last 2 years, and so that's phenomenal to have you guys on board, and your support has been amazing in it. But
let me snatch the mic from you for a second and talk about that. So when we first came up with the idea to do this, Barry and Tricia Higgins Customs were the first ones on board, right? And I say this to you, I've said it to you, Barry, and I've said it to Tricia. You have my heartfelt and eternal gratitude for that, because you were the first ones to go, yeah, this is a great idea.
Well,
we want to be part of it.
You presented it to me, and I said, well, what do you want me to do? Write you a check right now? And you guys both looked at me like I was stupid, and I'm like, this is how shit works. You gotta have money to operate something. Even the simplest thing, you know what I mean? So I was glad to do it because I want it here in my backyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's no reason why we can't host something like this. We get out and we want to go to these events, and we are bare minimum of 3-hour drive to get to anything. And for a lot of folks, that's not a big deal. And it's not, but in the same breath, I mean, how nice would it be to just kick back in your backyard?
Yeah. Well, and Marion's fucking killer.
Yeah.
It's a killer setting.
Yeah.
And they've worked so well with us. The city has, right? They want us there, and it's obvious.
Well, and that's better than, hey, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Because when somebody says, hey, I want you here, I don't care what you guys do it.
Yeah.
Go on.
And that's a thing that we experienced. We actually looked at putting it somewhere else and had minimal backing.
You can't have that. Yeah, because it ain't gonna work that way.
Well, and we sat in a meeting with the mayor's office, and they're like, "What can we do for you?"
Literally asking, "How can we help make this happen?"
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah. So I think it's just a great opportunity. With it being a holiday weekend, a lot most folks have Monday off, and all that. The fact that we, if you can't make it on Friday, you're not missing out on the show. Yeah. But we kick things off on Friday.
And you are missing out, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
be there on Friday. We have a good time.
You are missing out. You know. But if you work Friday and you're going to come in Friday night, we are going to drink beer with you when you get there.
We will. We'll be waiting on you.
Parking lot parties are in session.
Yeah,
with it, and like I say, we can't do this. This 100% is not a money grab for us. It's just us trying to create something that's going on.
Yeah.
So so we keep the prices cheap for participants. Our sponsors step up and they help take care of a lot of the expense for us and everything. And then every dollar we bring into this, we're dumping it right back into growing this event into something killer. So I'm excited about it.
And then, Chad from Black Diamond help letting us do this to begin with.
Now we've got a killer support system with we've got,
because they could do some other event there.
Absolutely.
I think they could. And when we first brought it to them, they were super excited. Shad himself, he comes out shaking hands, glad handing. He's a truck guy, he's a car guy, not only just motorcycles. Yeah. Their representative, Lisa, has been super helpful. What do you guys need? Working with us, understanding what our vision is, understanding what, where we're trying to go with this, and then facilitating that. I mean, and that's, you can't ask for more help.
So, but anyway, bragging about the show, we've talked for way too long about this, and I'm confident that a lot of people are getting bored with all the details and everything. So, I'll make.
So I'm gonna give you some more details.
Yeah.
So Labor Day weekend, Marion, Illinois. Check it out on all socials.
And if you're not there, you're probably nobody.
Yep, that's for certain. Massive thank you to all our sponsors and everything with that. Back to talking some truck shit.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, we get out and we go to a bunch of shows ourselves and go and hang out. Brian Ashley puts together a lot of killer stuff with C10 Club Tennessee. Whether it be the GM tailgate tour is fixing to happen, or by the time you see this, probably already has. So GM tailgate tour, Trucking the Trace, Southeastern Truck Nationals, which is a phenomenal show. We have a killer time there as well. Getting out and supporting those that support us, and Brian and Mandy and his family, they all do the same for us. So we're out there doing that for them.
Yep.
But we get all over the place.
What's that one girl's name? Halen, ain't that her name?
That is the C10 girl.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, the C10 girl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I mean, we want to get out and we want to travel and we want to see these shows and the biggest, a lot of cool vehicles, but the people are way cooler.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the truck hobby is the people, right? It's people we're a group of people who come from all different walks of life, all different, religions, politics. None of that shit matters because we come together to do something that we enjoy doing, and that's this is hobby. You know what I mean? And I really, really enjoy all the friends that I've made. You know what I mean? You come across such a good cross-section of people who do just all sorts of different stuff, right? But you share the same enjoyment of these vehicles, and it doesn't mean that everyone's trucks need to look alike. You know what I mean? It's the things that you like, but everyone in the truck scene seems to be so much cooler than people that are in,
car scene ain't the same as truck scene. It ain't.
So if you're checking out this pod and you're listening to us right now and everything, we've got some other stuff coming up and some future episodes, and hopefully we become a little bit better with how we're doing things. There's a limit to that because one, we don't give too much of a shit.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of junk equipment. That's if you don't like it, fuck you.
I mean, no, we'll take if you have better equipment that you want to give us, we'll take that shit. But we're doing the best we can with what we have.
What that one guy up there in Mount Vernon, we T-View? Is that what? I forget. It must be nobody. But yeah. Anyway, shopping on T-View. That's the best equipment we could get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress.
Yeah. Well, now we get into the talking truck shit.
Here's what I love about trucks. And I'll tell you, and I may offend some motherfuckers.
Nah. You? Nah.
So when I'm at a truck show and I look around, I'm like, man, I may be fucking half normal. Maybe half normal.
Man, you stretching shit.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah. And because when I look around, I'm like, God damn, dude, you motherfuckers are all fucked up.
Yeah, you're not right.
Hey, listen, and
that's why I go.
Yeah,
absolutely. And not to be rude,
and I'm not trying to feel normal. It's just I like hanging out with people like me.
I get it. And, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody or anything like that, but it's fun as hell to people watch.
But the only reason I go. Yeah, I don't even like trucks.
I mean, I don't even like trucks. I do think that it's a step away from everything else, right? Like it's a step away from all the things that we don't like, right? And it's a way to get people together over this common thing.
Yeah, it's a way to go somewhere on the weekend and clear your head.
Yeah.
And not think about what the fuck's going on in our world. Not thinking about what fucking people think of you. Not thinking about what people are trying to do.
Yeah.
You're hanging out, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've met in the last 15 years, I've met some of the coolest people.
Yeah, we're right here.
In the fucking parking lot at a hotel.
Never mind. I thought you were talking about us.
Not fucking, not going here to a show at the fucking parking lot of the hotel.
Sure.
Yeah, parking lot parties are a thing.
I'm not talking like, oh, yeah, we call each other every fucking week. But when we see each other,
pick right back up.
Yeah, just pick right back up when we fucking saw it.
It's always the people. It's definitely always the people.
There's some cool trucks though.
Yeah. It ain't just like with what I do. I can't fucking sit there and text you back and forth 100 times a day.
Yeah.
Well,
motherfucker, you don't even answer the phone sometimes. You talking?
I know, but if I fucking see somebody at a truck show that I've fucking talked to before, I'm beelining to that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the best part of me.
Well, and that's what, I enjoy doing that. And my involvement with the C10 Club Illinois, I've met a lot of great people and had a really good time doing this. And we're trying to spread the word about it as well and grow it. And
no rules, no dues. No dues, no rules. What's the one?
Yeah, I don't know. Cool trucks.
Yeah, etc.
Cool people.
And shit. If you got a C10 or... Yeah, just fuck.
Yeah, so
it's just like I said the other day, I don't care whether you got a $500 truck or $5,000. We want to hang out with you because we got the same interest. You know what I mean? It ain't about money or about what you have. It's about hanging out because obviously everybody's had different life patterns.
Everyone has different levels of money that they can commit to this.
Yeah, and this guy may have fucking 10 kids. He can't build a $500,000 truck, right. But we still want to fucking
shot at me.
We still want to hang out with the guy. You know what I mean? We don't. It's not like we don't want to hang out with him. Can't afford a.
If that motherfucker got 10 kids, you probably don't want to hang out too much. Motherfucker might end up babysitting.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying at a show setting.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. Fuck them damn kids.
No, but it's we get out and go to these shows. We met a lot of great people, and as a club, I want to spread the word about it and check out the socials for the C10 Club Illinois, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, whatever we do our best to try and get the word out for that. We try and plot and plan some monthly get-togethers and gatherings, whatever, and I invite everybody that's a part of it to jump on there, post where they're going, what shows they're going to.
Yeah, for sure.
I might not post something and somebody else does it, and I just roll with them. I don't want to ring lead.
Yeah.
So we get out and have a good time and go and see stuff around the area that we might not normally do, and so it's a good time doing that stuff. I'm already my mind's sitting here thinking while I'm trying to talk at the same time, but I was sitting here thinking about what we do going forward with these episodes with this being one, but we've got some guests lined up.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some good times with it.
I'm not gonna lie. This is our first episode, but it's our 5th episode.
Why you gotta tell them that shit? Stop fucking telling secrets, bro. Goddamn.
We ruined our first 5.
You fucked them up so bad.
Because we didn't know how to do this.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to do this.
On TV.
But we're gonna fucking load it up. We got a fucking hell of a lineup, and we even dipped into our lineup. You know what I mean? So it's usually gonna be 5 of us here, and we're gonna have a good line.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
It'll be
some truck shit,
and it's gonna be way more jabby and fucking pokey than this. Because if you want to talk shit, you're gonna have to talk shit, motherfucker. And once we get some people that really want to talk shit, it's gonna be good. Yeah. And we don't want to hurt feelings, but we're gonna hurt fucking feelings.
Nah, that'd be all
right. while we're in the market of jabs, actually hurt feelings.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Yeah. I want to reach back out and bring up the show all over again.
Yeah.
Down here on the banner.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that one.
That joint right there. You want to put the promotional jab out there because we want continued support from our industry partners.
Yeah.
And Daz as well. So
any sponsor that stepped up before, they need to step up again. Anybody that hasn't stepped up, maybe it's time.
Yeah. I think so. Hey, listen, and if you're on the rocker about it, with whether I should or should not sponsor or whatever, we want you to feel like your investment is.
Oh, well, here's the deal:
is worth it. But if you want that rating or whatever to find out how good it was, you should reach out to Leadfoot because Well, not just we've swamped this guy.
Not just
about it.
Not just him. We ain't got a wheel sponsor. We ain't got a fucking chassis sponsor. Well,
and we got some chassis folks up the road.
Well, yeah.
Oh, damn, it's like that, huh?
You either step up on the wheel, step up on the chassis, because if somebody else does it, then
you're gonna be mad.
Second fiddle.
You're not gonna get a sponsorship with us, right? Because we're loyal. We're gonna be loyal to whoever steps up.
Get in now.
Yeah,
get in there.
And not to say we're big enough to have that, but we would love that.
Whatever. I mean, it's our show. We're going to do it how we want to do it anyhow. So that might be the difference with us and somebody else that's putting on an event.
And if you step up, it ain't going to cost you that fucking much to step up.
Nah.
And if you step up right away, you can have that price till the end of fucking
I hear this motherfucker go, giving money away.
Yeah. Hey, I just want them to step up.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So where you at?
Yeah. Where you at? There it is.
That's what we want.
The gauntlet has been laid.
And we don't want the world. We just want you to be there.
And Brett mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to reiterate. Every one of us got jobs, right? This is not our career. This is not a money grab for us. We're just trying to have a good time and make it better. Yeah.
This cost me money. Time's money.
True.
Same way with all of us. You know what I mean? So
we do it for the love of what we do.
Yeah.
And sponsorship.
I'm going to do it till the end of time with this shit.
What Brett said is important to us as well. We want you to feel that you're getting value, right? We want you to feel that we ain't coming begging to nobody. We don't need your shit.
Yeah.
Right? We would like to have you as a partner.
Yeah.
But we're not coming with our hat in our hand like, oh, you know what I mean? Like we're not doing that shit.
No, I want it to work out for all of us.
Absolutely.
If it's not worth your while, then I don't want you involved because it's not worth your while.
Exactly.
Most definitely, because we want it to benefit. All right, if you're going to be a sponsor, we don't want you to be a sponsor if you're going to lose money.
Absolutely. We want it to be a benefit to you.
Be a sponsor if you're going to say, oh, hey, I came down here, I fucking sold 10 sets of wheels.
We see value in our show, right? We see what it's going to be.
Yeah.
The vision's there. We want people to get on board.
There's some hillbillies down here in our land don't even know what a fucking wheel is. You know what I'm saying? You present it in front of them.
Then they'll know.
Next thing you know, goddamn, I
got to have some of them.
Fucking bill of wheels.
I got to have some of them.
You know what I mean? I own fucking 20,000 acres of farmland out here. I'm going to put billets on my goddamn 3/4 ton tractor.
You won't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And there's Yeah, they some guys out there. We really don't have a whole hell of a lot of representation with a lot of our industry folks here, and there's a lot of hardworking people right from our area.
Oh yeah,
that are at our show, and they're looking to spend money.
Yeah.
They want these vendors. Yeah. Not only is it the sponsorship thing. I mean, if you're a sponsor, your vendor spot is in there. You guys are in.
Yeah.
So come and set up and sling your goods. You know what I mean? It's out there, and I think it's a.
Yeah, we ain't going to charge you money if you sell 10 sets of wheels or 10 frames.
Oh, we ain't asked for a cut.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm going to sell 10 frames on site.
On 10 frames, I'm going to need just going to get like 0.5% of that shit.
We might as well get our cut because Boris is probably getting a little bit of that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, if the Northern boys ain't going to step up, we'll get Rev B up.
Yeah, we'll go out there.
I'm sure he'd love to fucking step up.
Let's do it then. Yep. Fuck it.
So, we'll just be reaching out, making some phone calls, and a lot of good people already involved with what we got going on. And I had to reference my notes to do that. But Supporters of the Show is LMC is our title sponsor. Barry and Tricia with Higgins Customs is a presenting sponsor. Leadfoot Upholstery, Tin Works, and Sullivan Electric, Route 50 Auto Repair, Weasel's Auto Body, Newberry Tuning, Visit SI, Dinger Bats, C10 Club Illinois. This show does not happen without all of our great friends from C10 Club Illinois making this happen. A forever honorary sponsor of the show is our dear friend Lloyd Price with Can't Trust 'Em Customs, 618 Syndicate, A-Plus Rod and Customs from over in Boonville, Indiana. Andy and his family over there are fantastic to deal with and are great supporters of the show. Southeastern Truck Nationals and the GM Tailgate Tour are all on board with us, kind of counter supporting one another with the show, and the list can do nothing but continue to grow. There's a lot of people that support us that aren't sponsors, and that is a massive laundry list, but just some phenomenal folks involved with what we have going on, and I'm super proud of that. Very, very proud of what we have going on. So thank you all for doing that.
Indeed.
So I got a little surprise on the tailgate tour.
Quit talking about it.
So I know Southeast Truck Nationals is a sponsor, so I'm gonna just put a little blurb out there.
Always blurbing.
We're joining forces, and if you know what that means, you'll know when you see me on the freaking tailgate tour.
I'm scared now. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I don't either.
That's why you'll know what it means when you see me on the tailgate tour.
I feel uncomfortable with this.
Yeah. So, and hey, I've spent over $100, maybe $150 on my outfit for the tailgate tour. So you're gonna know it when you see it.
Oh Lord. I don't think I want pictures. We're talking about butt cheeks and whatnot.
Asian tracksuits.
Yeah. The fuck? Get it on Temu.
Loading.
Get it on Temu.
All right. So what are we going to sum this up with here?
I just think we have a lot of bullshit talked right here, and I think we need to wrap things up. But be looking for our future episodes with this. I think we're looking at this goes on Spotify, it goes on our socials, and you guys can check this out. Shoot us a message, whether it be through the Southern Illinois Truck Showdown or through C10 Club Illinois. If you got some thoughts, ideas, somebody wants to be a guest,
whoa, hold on.
We'll go through that list. A strenuous check.
Okay, all right. We're gonna do background check.
Background check, motherfucker.
Background check. If you're not shady, you can't be on here.
All right.
But yeah, no, we're looking to continue to spread the word about our show, support those that support us, talk a little bit of shit.
Yeah,
and hopefully you find this entertaining.
Yeah.
And
so that's going to be our upcoming. Anybody that supports us, they're going to be on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's anybody that's a sponsor. We're going to start going down the list,
and even the friends of the show, right? There are plenty of interesting people that are. I feel like
even if they're not a sponsor, they're going to be on here if they're happening to be there.
Sure.
But we're going to go down the sponsors first.
Word.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna go down that list, and we've got a couple guys lined up for the next episode already, and we will as soon as we can get this one out to everyone, we're working on the next one, and hopefully we can continue to get the word out about things. And it costs nothing for you to like and share the posts that we put out there on social media. So those of you that are doing that, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you're not doing it,
You should be.
You should be.
Should be.
And if you refuse to do it, well, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck you too.
Thank you,
And
guys.
remember, wait, before we go, remember, tell them, Barry. Tell them what happens.
Hey, if you're not in Marion, what date are we talking?
August 31st.
August 31st. You're not there, you're probably nobody.